Hi, and welcome to a segment here at JCTV4 called Venting. I'm your host, Tom Richmond. This is my co-host, Matt Hribar. Now, there's a couple things we have to talk about today that we have to get off our mind. To start off, we're going to talk about gross things we see on Twitter, and the majority of those gross things come from people that really don't have a filter. That's disgusting. One time I was on Twitter, I was scrolling through the timeline. Matt, you were there with me. I saw a girl tweet, "My fingernail just popped off, and now it's bleeding, and I don't know what to do because I don't have a Band-Aid." This is first of all, tweeting is not going to solve the problem. That's number one. Number two, and more importantly, I don't think that anyone wants to know that. That's just my personal opinion. Matt, talk about what you have to say about the situation.
I use, my social media as a public forum to talk about community issues, or maybe to talk about community highlights. I don't use it as a forum to see, oh, my toe got cut off by the lawnmower today, or let's take a look at these, my inappropriate areas of my body that you shouldn't show because that's obscene nature. Folks, I mean, come on. It's like, what are you putting on Twitter? This isn't your private Pornhub. I mean, this is supposed to be an excellent place to foster education and foster intelligence. And some people use it to put on their own little biohazard show. What are you, some kind of little video game? And are you like a zombie now with your little gross habits? No, don't do it. It's disgusting.
We're going to jump to Snapchat for the second one. Now, the new update, as everybody knows, we can't see how long the Snapchat stories are. And this does not mean that if you're an inappropriate person that you get to post a 95,000-second story about you going to the zoo. We all have seen lions. We've seen the Lion King. We know what a lion looks like. I know what an orangutan looks like, okay? We don't need to see that on your Snapchat story. Please, keep the Snapchats to a minimum. 28 seconds or you get blocked. That's just how the rule is in my neighborhood. And Matt, I know you have some powerful words to say about this.
Oh,
Please,
I do. No, I do. I follow my friends because, you do that. You follow your friends. And sorry, newsflash to my friends who probably won't be my friends after this. You're not interesting. You're not doing anything that makes me want to stare at your 100 billion year story. I mean, the galaxy was created earlier than some of these Snapchat stories, Tommy. It's ridiculous. Oh, here's me with a pencil. Here's me with a baby otter. Here's me enjoying cat food. Smile, filters, fun little updates. No, stop it. It's annoying.
Thirdly, on the Instagram. Sorry, we're covering all the social media bases tonight, Matt. We have to get this off our chest.
We just gotta unload.
Instagram. Now, I'm not trying to target the female gender tonight, but it seems that a lot of girls will post an Instagram picture, and they'll post the same one 10 minutes later, and then a similar one 5 minutes later, and then take down the one that didn't get a lot of likes and take out another one that didn't get a lot of likes. Instagram is for sharing your memories and your moments with your friends. Don't take advantage of the situation. Don't take advantage of the system and take it down because you didn't get the likes you needed. I can't say a lot about that. And at the same time, I can't say enough about that. If you put a picture up, stick to it.
I mean, to go off this, Tommy, this is ridiculous. This is not a Calvin Klein photo shoot and we're deciding what's the best photo to put on the magazine cover for Vanity Fair. No, it's ridiculous, And what's even more upsetting to go off at this point is when people have the same photo and then they make it 4 photos of the same photo on one photo, like it's some Snapchat scavenger hunt. I mean, what is that? Have your one photo. You don't need to repeat yourself like you're some kind of pattern. You're not like a fun little parallelogram that we learned about in high school. So calm yourself down, please. My goodness, I get so heated.
You're not Andy Warhol. That's just the bottom line, okay? And I'm not going to repeat myself again.
You're not a Campbell's soup.
You're not.
You're not Marilyn Monroe either.
No. That's Matt Hribar. I'm Tom Richmond. This was Venting. We'll see you next week. Hi, welcome to the first installment of a new segment here at JCTV4 called the Movie Blitz. I'm Tom Richmond, this is my co-host, Matt Hribar. Now we're just going to talk about a couple things in the Hollywood film industry, the ratings, the latest hot, the newest films out here. And to start off, Matt Hribar, give us your top 5 box office opening films.
Perfect. This weekend, Maze Runner: The Scorched Trials finished #1 in the box office, grossing $30 million. Sitting #2 is Johnny Depp's new gangster film, Black Mass. Now, that really creepy grandparent movie, The Visit, that came in at #3, and that was followed up by The Perfect Guy, which at #4, and then rounding out the top 5, you got Everest.
Not bad. Well, since you have your list of the box opening stats, I'll give you my top 3 list that you have to see from the summer, straight out of Compton. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's interested in it. It's a great film. I've seen it myself. It's based on a true story as well. It's something that everybody can really get into. You have to see the movie. Secondly, we're going to go to Tom Cruise's new film, Mission Impossible. It grossed over $55 million just in the opening weekend alone. Fast forward 8 weeks later, $656 million worldwide. If you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out. Thirdly, the funniest film of the year by far, Ed Helms and Christina Applegate. I know you saw it, Matt. It was called Vacation. Christina Applegate and Ed Helms do a great job of bringing back the old National Lampoon series with Chevy Chase, who also makes an appearance in the film. And this is just a film that you really need to see.
Well, Tommy, I think there's only one movie that's on my list right now, and I'm going to say it 3 times just so we can get into your heads. Goosebumps, Goosebumps, Goosebumps the movie. Now, when I was a young kid, I would walk down to, the local library, check your local listings for your local library, and I would go straight to Goosebumps because they had like 50 of those bad boys, all with their really, really honestly pretty gritty horror stuff when you're 8 or 9 years old. You got the Blob, you got the puppeteers, you got the photos that, show skeletons. Well, they actually are going to make a movie off that. It's coming out in a couple weeks, I believe on the 19th. Fact check me if I'm wrong. But you should definitely go see it. I'm so excited. There's like a whole star-studded cast. I mean, it's going to be really loaded. It's going to be more loaded than a baked potato at, Applebee's. So definitely go see that. That is on my top 3. That is my top 3. A couple other movies that interest me, Z for Zachariah, which is based off of a beautiful apocalyptic novel. And of course, there's Knock Knock, which is an independent film about 2 female young girls who they commit a home invasion. And it's a little gritty little horror. So, I mean, it gets you thinking, Tommy. That's all I'm going to say. But
all right,
back to you.
That's your top 3. Now, to wrap things up, we're going to do a little plug for a new film coming out. Now, for years, FBI, police, and procedural dramas have dominated the Hollywood film culture. From the Bad Boys film trilogy, the 3rd one coming out in 2017, to Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock, who everybody loves here. Now, this new film from Lionsgate Studios is called Sicario, and it stars Emily Blunt, Benicio del Toro, Josh Brolin. It's about an FBI agent, being Emily Blunt, who was chosen from the office of the president to lead a task force in Mexico to bring down Mexican drug lords. Now, it's a film you need to see. Roger Ebert has already given it 3 out of 4 stars, and we know if Roger gives it 3, you have to go give it a look. Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 89%, and that's a ridiculous rating. Scott Foundas from the website Variety, he said, Sicario is a blisteringly intense drug trade thriller that combines expert action and suspense without uneasy inquiry into the emotional consequences of violence. You've heard it from me, you've heard it from Hribar. You gotta go see these movies. We'll see you next time. That's all we have for the Movie Blitz.